Southville 5A Elementary School Langkewa continues its reading program Project Charm, class at home adaptation on readers modality, aligned with Project Irish, intensifying reading interventions in schools and in every household, and DepEd Tribis program, Bawat Bata Bumabasa. And now, it's a story time!
The name of the story is Clever Fish. One day, a fisherman was fishing to a river as usual. He threw his net into the river, and he just sat waiting there for fish to gather, so that he could sell a lot of fish in the market and get some good money out of it. After some time, fisherman hooked relevant basil in the net. Thinking that he must get a lot of fish in the net, he acted to count the net out of water. But then, to his dismay, he saw just one tiny little fish in that net. He grabbed hold on that fish, but suddenly the fish started talking to him. Tiny little fish said to the fisherman, "Oh, fisherman, please, please, please leave me. Please leave me. I will die out of water." But fisherman did not give any attention to the request of the fish. But then again, the tiny little fish said to the fisherman, "Oh, fisherman, I will tell you something, which is a huge help. If you leave me back in water, I will tell all my friends about you. And I bring them to the bank of river so that when you come next time, you will have much more fish." Fisherman thought to himself, "Wow, that is not a bad deal at all. If I let go one tiny little fish today, tomorrow I will get a lot of fish, because this tiny little fish will bring all his friends to me." Believing the word of tiny little fish, fisherman let go this tiny little fish into the river again. This tiny little fish was really happy, and it swam to river and never come back. Poor fisherman! He came next day and expecting that there will be a lot of fish that this tiny little fish would bring. But the tiny little fish was very clever. And because of his cleverness, he saved his life from the fisherman. So, Gerard, moral of the story is, you have to be really clever to save your life for such challenging moments.
That was a great story. Now, what is the moral lesson of the story? Comment your answer with your grade and section. Thank you. See you again next week for another storytelling time. The video contains copyrighted materials, the use of which has not been especially authorized by copyright holders. This material is made available and presented entirely for non-profit educational purposes. All rights reserved to the lawful owners of the materials used.